this club's about winning trophies. I'm inexperienced in a lot of those things.
3-0. Can you believe it?
Almost lost the cup and you win it. The new European champions, the treble, the dream come true for you.
Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Football, bloody hell. But they never give in. And that's the winner.
Welcome to the American Red Devils podcast. I'm John.
I'm Alex.
And we are bringing you the best Manchester United news from this side of the pond.
Ooh, sir, how you doing? How you doing? They said it was the miracle in Paris. I don't think it's a miracle if it happens twice. What a start to our Champions League season. The boys did it. 2-1. What a result in Paris. Underdogs all day in that zebra outfit, but they're an instant classic. Everybody's going to be going out and buying themselves a zebra kit, sir. How you feeling?
Sir, what a win for Manchester United. 2-1. Hate PSG. Di Maria, the snake, Neymar rolling around on the pitch. Mbappe, I got respect for him. This team, absolutely plastic. What were we worried about, sir? They're a bunch of baby bitches. Like I said, they play in the French league. Pepe Le Pew FC. Done and dusted, sir. What a win. Manchester United does it as we should be doing, slapping PSG around the pitch in their house.
There's something to be said, right? Because when we did the job in Paris to make it through the knockout round of the Champions League, Ole's first season, wasn't even full-time coach yet. We nicked it, bro. Right? We nicked that victory. Today, we went out there and we beat them. We beat them up and down this pitch. Arguably, we deserved maybe an extra goal or two. Defensively, managerially, the coach got it right. The team got it right. Everybody just put it out on the pitch. It was a great performance, top to bottom. What a win. Sir, I'm getting really excited about this Manchester United side.
Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, tactical genius, sir. Are we almost there? I mean, this is the first time we've seen Ole tactics come off for him. The manager, I mean, he's learning on the job. He's got big shoes to fill. We've seen him improve. We obviously did get top four last season, but now seeing this going with the back three, dropping Paul Pogba, McTominay, Fred, midfield two, sir. Fans moaning before the game, but Ole knows his players. He knows who's going to do the dirty work. Bend don't break stuff, and the world number one in net. Shout out to David De Gea finding top form with Dean Henderson behind him as well, sir. So, like you said, Ole got it right. The players worked their ass off. They played for the badge, sir. There wasn't a bad performance on this pitch. It's what you want as a Manchester United fan. I would have been happy even if we lost. I would have been happy with the draw. It's probably we deserved more, but you're right. It's everybody left it on the pitch. Nobody had a bad day. Nobody had a bad day. Even Fred, growing into the second half, just looking like a pro, like young Fernandinho. Love it. But Ole, spot on. We got to call it like we call it, dude. He's gotten it wrong today, masterclass. I mean, he nailed it. He put Pogba on the bench, brought him on, and then United looked like the best we've ever looked, started turning the screws against PSG. Sir, can't wait for Chelsea on the weekend, baby. Woo! Feeling good. This lineup, sir,
look at that lineup.
Tawanzebe. I mean, Ole got creative. And he sees a lot of things we don't. Why is Pogba on the bench? I don't know. Is it his hip? Is it Real Madrid? Is he flirting with Madrid? Does he want to be there? I don't know. Either way, I think the players, the tactics spot on, sir. When PSG had the ball, the bank of five with Telles and Wan-Bissaka and the McTominay and Fred in front of those with Fernandes with the option to play him on the counter. It just worked right. He got it right 100%. PSG never got started. I mean, like you said, we played them last year. They were playing us off the park. We were barely hanging on. And now we looked like we dominated in their house. Great to see from the lads.
It is, and it's we're still haven't done the PSA for the pod yet, sir. But this game was just so exciting. You want to get into it right away. It was just nice to see. We had that early flurry from them, but otherwise, we knew what they were going to throw at us, and the team just shut it down. Shut it down early. We were even not necessarily clicking on full cylinder going forward on the break. I think we were a little sloppy. Marcus certainly had a couple chances that I'm sure he rued, but. It's about taking the moment, making a big chance when you have it, and Marcus certainly did, just ice in his veins. Ice in his veins of that goal, that winner. Huge winner for the team, and I think it's the boost we needed, right? Losing big, going into the break. Now, Newcastle was a gritty, important win. This one, It's a statement win for this United team that nobody's talking about in England. Nobody's talking about us in England. And certainly nobody's talking about us in Europe. CBS crew basically forgetting who they're trying to root for.
Sir, we said it before international break. There was never a better time to lose 6-1. Bulletin board material. It was unfair, that red card, if you recall getting it early, everyone made the most of it, moaning, and that 2 weeks, you just get it out, sir. It's cathartic. The lads went on international break. They come back. Let's go. I said Ole's streaky. We did it against Newcastle. Did it against Paris, sir. I mean, now we got these Chelsea scum. It just gets better and better. We can just waltz right through Frank. Whatever goalkeeper he starts, sir. I say we get 3 points on Saturday.
I mean, I'd be more confident if it was at the Bridge, because our away form right now is just like lights out. We're beating everybody on the road. That being said, Old Trafford needs to return to a fortress. I think the confidence at this club, I mean, it's arguably higher than it even was when we knocked PSG out of the Champions League back then, because this team is much better. This is a much better squad. The players that were there that night and performed, i.e. Marcus Rashford, he's a better player now. You know, Fred's a better player. McTominay's a better player. Greenwood's a better player. So it's really exciting what we're seeing. And today was about proving it, bro. It was about like, yeah, we know the potential. Now just show up and do it on the pitch. And they showed up, and like PSG, all they had, bro, was like diving over. I mean, they got Mbappe at pace, but otherwise it's like fall down in the box and just hope for a penalty. Because that's basically the last 60 minutes. All they're doing is just like diving.
Yeah, it would have been tough to draw on the Martial own goal, sir. We could talk all day. Quick PSA for the podcast. Sir, the passion, Manchester United. We absolutely love it. This is what we do. This podcast is for fans, by fans. Check out our website, www.americanreddevils.com. We have some great fan-generated content there, opinions about our manager, match previews, recaps, sir. We also post the podcast as well. We sell some awesome merch. You can click on store when you're on our website. We got scarves, Glazer out, sir. We got the 2020-2021 Greatest of English Football. We won it all scarf. If you don't want to buy any merch, drop a review on iTunes. 5 stars goes a long way for us being found. That's the number one way fans find us organically, is iTunes at the moment. And subscribe on YouTube. But, sir, it's all about PSG 1, Manchester United 2 at the Parc des Princes in the rain. Our first Champions League game in over, what was that, a year and a half almost with this lockdown, that music, absolute chills. Not sure I'm pumped on CBS All Access or how I get it via Amazon Prime. I don't know why they don't put this game on cable. I'm losing my mind with that bullshit.
Usually I can watch it on like the Telemundo knockoff. You know, it's usually in Spanish. They didn't even have that. They were showing the Barca game. It's really sad. I mean, football has never been more exciting in Europe, and it's like the cash grab is just intensifying.
No, absolutely. And you know what's a shame is I try to get my parents to watch the game, but they can't figure out like Peacock and CBS All Access. And they're just like, so if it's not on cable, they can't watch it. But, you know, we could complain about streaming services. It is the plight of the modern day fan. The lineup, Dave Say's world number 1 in net. This is a big call from Ole going back 3. Tuanzebe, Lindelof, Shaw, right wing back, Aaron Wan-Bissaka, left wing back, Alex Telles with the midfield 3 of McTominay, Fred, and Bruno. Front 2, Martial and Rashford up top. I saw this lineup. I said, all right, defend. That's how we should be thinking, trying to get a point away at PSG. What'd you make of the lineup from Ole Gunnar Solskjaer?
Yeah, I mean, the more I saw of it, the more it made sense to me. We got a huge game on the weekend, and given the team we're going up against and who we have available, this is probably the best approach, right? Is like absorb their pressure, shut them down, and then use those guys up front, Martial and Rashford, to burn it for pace. I think I kind of call the Shaw going back into the back 3 with Telles going on the left, especially with Maguire being unavailable. That seemed to be a guarantee. But Ole, this is how he likes to do it against the big teams, right? Sit back, absorb the pressure, counter.
No, and you got it right. You called the back 3 on the podcast. I will give you that. But shout out to the bench, sir. I mean, Dean Henderson, Brandon Williams, Juan Mata, Matic, Pogba, Van de Beek, James. Shout out to Palestre. And obviously, we have a Gala FC. But that is the difference. Is if you can get away with the Fred and McTominay in the midfield to start the match, you got the Pogba, the Van de Beek to juice it up on the attack. James as well. Tons of options on the bench for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and we knew Sir Alex Ferguson was always rotating his squad. He was always getting away with a John O'Shea in the mix. Ole might. This is kind of look back to the Sir Alex days. Try to get away with one with that Fred or the McTominay, and then you can bring in that Pogba.
Sir, if you would say you could have won the game 2-1 with McTominay and Fred starting again, like I believe they did, we beat them in Paris a year and a half ago, I think you would have taken that result all day. That's what made this a masterclass. You could save Pogba, who's still coming up to full fitness for the last 40 minutes, and he came on fresh. He had legs to him. He was playing in the front three. They switched to a 4-3-3 at that point, and he just looked like Paul Pogba in a front three is a scary thing. That's right. I mean, it's not necessarily we're going to see him play all the time, but when you do see it, it's exciting.
Absolutely. Let's jump into the recap.
You got it, sir. So first half, United did come out tidy. They looked compact, but they were clearly sticking to a game plan as PSG did try to pour it on early. We kind of saw that when we played them at home a season and a half ago. 8th minute, good ball actually on our side. Almost bumbles to Rashford for an early chance, but he couldn't really make anything of it. And then, sir, in the 12th minute, Dave saves. Huge early stop from De Gea on a little curler from Di Maria trying to get a goal in early. Dave, trying to keep that number one spot, sir. He's looking like his vintage self.
No, back in form. De Gea, huge save here. And then right after that, there was a cross, a great ball in. De Gea, I mean, this should have been a goal. I think Mbappe got his foot on it. Again, he kind of did his running man stance, blocked it. Great positioning from De Gea. You love to see him making those reflex saves in Paris.
You do. And a little bit later, it was the 19th minute. It was a good chance for Martial after a nice run from him. I think United started showing at this point was, they could absorb the pressure, and they also looked quite dangerous in the attack if they could keep their nerve about them. It didn't take long, sir. In the 20th minute, we had a bit of drama, as always, with Manchester United.
Luke Shaw. Martial's twisting. Diallo has tripped him, and Manchester United have a penalty.
Yeah, well, when it's fed, there's a movement, and look, he makes the absolute most of it. That's the way the game is nowadays. If you feel any sort of contact from a defender, then you try and milk it, play on it.
Bruno Fernandes on a night when he leads. It's denied by Keylor Navas.
Retaken.
With his hop, his skip, his jump, his heart surely in his mouth. Bruno Fernandes, this time, rolled coolly into the bottom corner, and Manchester United eventually do have their Parisian lead.
He goes left, goes right. Sir, Bruno Fernandes, first player to score, plus 900, took that bet all day. Good money, Bruno, at the penalty spot. Keylor Navas was like a mile and a half off his line. I mean, it was so far off that I was like, it made me feel good because after De Gea had saved it earlier in the season, universe is perfect, isn't it? Coming around.
No, absolutely. Like you get some, you lose some, sir. This time we get some, but Bruno, terrible penalty. I mean, he off the latest miss, bad pen. He is off his line. This is a new VAR thing. Fair play. That's how it should be done. Like, goalkeepers need to stay on their line. And what a hit on the second one. So there's no doubt Bruno's the man. I'm glad they didn't switch it up, despite me tweeting, give it to Rashford, only because we were in Paris.
I mean, he was the captain. We have to mention that captain for the first time. That was a big deal. It was important to get that goal. Give it for him. I was surprised. I thought he was going to smash it. Like, we have seen him able to just run up and smash it. He did the exact same penalty again. It's just that Navas guessed the other way. So he's a cheeky lad, that Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, I don't know about those frosted tips from Navas, sir, but hey, whatever works.
Never a good look. And then after we got the goal, PSG were trying to pour it on, sir.
No, absolutely. And Jose Mourinho famously said, the first 15 minutes you can tell who's going to win the game or who's got the advantage from a tactical perspective. I think the first 15 minutes showed PSG hit us with their best shot. We took it. We looked sharp. I actually thought this penalty was well-deserved. And going forward, we looked dangerous. But it's kind of, like we said, we're starting to believe, right? You need that mentality. Manchester United is starting, the team, it's been a tough year. Coming through preseason, I can see the connections in the squad. They're starting to really believe it. And it's almost like they're starting to play PSG, and they're like, this is it. This is it. Like, for some reason, mentally, we think PSG are a bigger deal than they are. We're Manchester fucking United. Don't forget it. We should be the favorites always going into Paris. bunch of baby bitches, sir.
Not this oil-rich team that no one had ever heard of before 1970, bro. And that's what I think started happening at the end of the first half, right? 34th minute, massive tackle from Tuanzebe, just like Mbappe falls over. He's got nothing. How about his first appearance in a long time? Just absolute beast mode. Because of him and AWB, just like, usually it was De Gea keeping us with masterclasses in back in the day. This was a defensive masterclass from Aaron Bissaka and Tuanzebe just shutting down the right side of the pitch. So much that Mbappe switched sides at one point for like 10 minutes because he was getting murked at the beginning of the second half.
No, Tuanzebe's a player. I mean, he's an absolute unit. He won the championship tournament for promotion with Aston Villa. I mean, that's a £100 million game. He knows pressure. He played in the back line. He can do it in England, sir. And Mbappe, I mean, compared to Tuanzebe, just shove him over. It's easy.
Shove him over. And then it was United towards the end of the first half that, started getting the better of it. Nice hit at the 39th minute from Bruno Fernandes. That's outside the box, forcing the keeper into a tidy little save. And then the 40th minute and the corner afterwards, McTominay had a header, wasn't really going goal bound, but took a wide deflection and went inches wide. So that was it going into the first half, sir. What do you think Ole would have said to the players, 1-0 up at halftime against the Parisians?
He would have been clapping them on. I mean, perfect first half, good effort, tactics working, getting our chances. Again, when you're playing these bigger teams in Europe, it's coming down to a few opportunities, right? You got to play, especially you're going to play that way. Our back four, our back three wasn't vulnerable because we did a job in the midfield. I think here we saw, in the EPL, we might see people missing their assignments in the midfield or not running back. But here, everyone was on top of it. And I think Ole was saying more of the same.
No doubt. And I think you saw it early because PSG, when you opened up that second half, they were looking to get back into the game early. Even though it was actually Marcus Rashford in the 47th minute with an early chance, acres of space, who's found by Bruno on the break. He's 2-on-1 with Martial and just made the wrong pass. So I think he texted me. That was Dan James, vintage Dan James-esque, but it was not the best pass from Rashford. He made it up later in the half.
No, look, PSG came out hot, and it's at this point, it's bend, don't break. Rashford with this opportunity, 2-on-1. Martial, at that angle with Martial the defender's telling Rashford to take the chance. He has to make that the defender's decision, and instead he played an early terrible ball to Martial. I can't repeat what I said on the podcast, sir, but I'll tell you what. My wife, we had a discussion about how much we're stirring the Manchester United because
how much cursing.
My son was present, and she was very upset with what I said based on this chancer.
Yeah, it was one of those chances, sir. And right after that, as often happens in football, pendulum swings, 54th minute, PSG hit the crossbar. It's kind of this funky cross that just kind of dragged onto the top crossbar, led to a PSG corner. And then the 55th minute, sir.
Things going the way of Manchester United, but maybe the fortune's coming for PSG.
Neymar's corner has got an inadvertent near-post flick from Anthony Martial, who equalises for his countrymen.
Poor Tony Martial kind of just did a blind clearance in the wall. Wasn't probably the best move from him. Keep his eyes closed. Unlucky, sir. Honestly, on goal.
No, and Martial had one earlier from a corner as well that he deflected into the attacking path of PSG. I think he's got to watch where he's heading or open his eyes and get better contact, because if you're getting these glancing headers, it's actually more dangerous to be doing that versus trying to clear it. Not going to slate Martial. It's unfortunate, but he was getting his head on it and not doing much.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. But after this goal, sir, when the game was 1-1, that's when things really started opening up. And at this point, it became like an end-to-end match, which is exciting to watch. 57th minute, AWB brought into a massive, massive tackle on Mbappe as PSG were looking to go ahead. And world class. I mean, he came up with multiple world class tackles today that were just unbelievable. I don't think we've seen it since maybe the beginning of last season, just like vintage Spider, just cracking fools. I mean, he looked like no one wanted to go against him.
No, he's defending Mbappe, probably best in the world right now, and winning those tackles, and really hard decision making in the box tackles, close to the box tackles on Mbappe, and winning the ball confidently. This is it's called world class defending. Get used to it. We got it. Aaron Wan-Bissaka.
We do got it, and you're going to need it if you're going to play with the best. At the other end, 58th minute, great transfer Rashford at the other end, but probably took one touch too many and allows the defender to come in. Right after this, in the 59th minute, Martial with a nice headed chance goes right over. But United, they were getting their chances, sir, even though PSG were the ones that just scored.
Yeah, this is funny. It seems like PSG had that flurry. They got the own goal, and then there was no follow-up from them. It seems like the better chances went our way, and we actually grew into the game more and more. Maybe it was fitness on their end, but what's amazing is Mbappe, Neymar, all these guys are rested. They don't have to play in the French league. That's what's insane. Is we have players playing quick tight turnaround. What was that, Saturday to Tuesday? And then Neymar just hanging out and getting massages all week, dude, and he's not ready to go. They're soft. They're baby bitch FC. Baby bitch FC.
I mean, I hate to say it, our boy, bro, Andrew Herrera looked like a bitch today. They all look like bitch. He became a bitch playing for PSG because, dude, they fell down so soft, and United came and brought old English football. They were putting tackles in. They were all over the pitch, and PSG did not like that. They did not like that at all. Speaking of growing to the game, I think it was this kind of stuff. It was more of just AWB, Tuanzebe with massive contributions. The 60th minute, AWB with a huge tackle coming inside the box on Keane this time. And honestly, he shouldn't be nowhere near that as your right back, but he just with a huge, arguably goal-saving stop right there.
It was close, almost a penalty, but arguably goal-saving stuff. Moises Keane came on for PSG, looked lively. But as a football fan, 1-1 back and forth, both teams going for it. It's what you want to see. This is what the game is. This is why you play the game, sir. You play to win. You play to win the game.
You play to win the game, and this is what you do. 67th minute, sub. Paul Pogba for Alex Telles. Alex Telles with a good first showing for Manchester United. I think he's got a lot of promise in him. He's going to fit in well, but might not be taking Luke Shaw's position quite so soon if Luke has anything to say about it. But Pogba coming in and United moving right away to a 4-3-3, sir, showing intent, and arguably, the most formative they looked the entire game was when they actually started really going for it. So,
and Paul Pogba, absolute boss. He came on the field, us right away. I mean, it's dude, going forward, he's great. When he has the freedom to go forward late in games, what you want to see, Paul Pogba, he's here. He's our player, sir. 2 more years.
2 more years at least. 69th minute. United are the better team now, and it was obvious. Rashford goes close, forcing Navas into a fingertip save. At the other end, 74th minute, great show of strength once again from Tuanzebe. Mbappe flops, and PSG are basically just angling for a penalty at this point. It was their only thing that they were doing. It kind of felt like us last time where we were just desperation mode. 78th minute, nice chance for Bruno, who gets the ball after a nice tackle from Fred, who really started growing to the second half. He did squander it by blasting over, put his 2 hands up and said, "That's on me. It's on the captain." He knew it was getting to nervy times. Time to get a goal.
But here it's we got to be doing better. I mean, it's in these types of games where it's end to end, you're getting these breakaway chances before the Rashford one. I mean, sir, you got to be shot on target. I think we had 2 like that, and we couldn't get a shot on target. I mean, that's schoolyard stuff. And look, we end up getting away with it, but this could have been 4-1. This could have been we should be dusting them. It's early in the season. You got to give them a pass. And hey, you know what? I'm not going to complain, right?
You got to give it a pass, but you're absolutely right. If this was this team sharp as it comes, it could have been 4-1 because some of these Rashford chances, the one at the beginning of the second half, these ones late on. Anyway, 80th minute, sir. We were pushing forward. Bruno and Rashford again. Ball's blocked. Rashford has his rebound saved. 83rd minute, sir. This is vintage United turning the screws away, looking like a classic United side. Martial nearly gets in, but is saved by a last-ditch tackle as well. He was going on a tear. And then, sir, in the 87th minute, I looked for Telemundo. Couldn't find it, but this will have to do. Our boy, Marcus Rashford.
Ever to run inside.
Pogba.
Because you're just getting in the way of more talented players.
Rashford. Marcus Rashford scores! Dramatically late again for Manchester United in the Parc des Princes.
exceptional finish. And I just wonder, Peter, because of the opportunities that he spurned earlier on, when he really didn't take it on himself and he looked for the support instead, I just wonder whether that was in the back of his mind. And he's hit this with venom, but he's hit it with brilliant.
Hit it with venom, sir. I think there is a certain amount of truth to what he said. This was a very unselfish side. And at times we passed when we should have shot. And I'm glad Rashford just took it and said, Mbappe who? Where you at?
Look, what a goal, Marcus Rashford. It's I'm going to say about time, sir. Should have had one earlier. And I'm glad he got it, because I think similar to us seeing Bruno miss the pen and getting the winner against Newcastle, Rashford, I'm going to say he had two. He had another 1v1 with Navas and nothing doing from it either. I think he took a bad touch as well. So he had two he knew he should be converting. I think he's just kind of that frustration, that extra zing on the ball. What a goal. Off the post and in. Marcus Rashford celebrating like he should. And he should be scoring 2 or 3 against PSG. This is a poor PSG side, sir. Like you said, very, very soft. Soft as melted butter. They got nothing on us. We should be beating them even more. Like, their chances were like maybe this like wonder chance from Mbappe and maybe a shot for a penalty, but we could have had more.
They only had 2 plays. They have like that early cross in where it's the tap in, right? They actually beat us at home, and then they have the through the lines for Mbappe or Neymar at speed, and we basically shut that down, and they had nothing doing. So it was really, I hate to say that. This is basically a wrap in the game. 88th minute double sub. James and Van de Beek came in for Martial and Bruno just to shut shit down, and it's exactly what they did. But I think we did it. We played into the game. We're like, holy shit, these guys are a bunch of bitches. Like, we are better than them. We're playing better than them. Let's prove it and show it. And I think you're right. I think that's the game. It was 2-1, but it could have been 4-1, especially in that second half.
But what a feeling as a Manchester United fan. I know, we believe in this side. So we don't even want to say it, sir. I even predicted the loss in the last podcast. Like, my heart's telling me we're going to win. My mind's telling me no. But, look at what happens when these players believe in themselves. Look at what happens when Ole makes the right rotation. Like Ole's learning on the job. These players are also growing in this team. We got new players. Telles, Worldy, Twanzebe, where you been all my life? I mean, these are the types of performances that are going to take you to that next level and give you confidence in what squad depth, sir. This is what this shows, is that we rotate, we got depth. And if you remember, when we were winning Champions League, it's all about rotation. You got to be able to do it without your best 11 always.
Because if you're winning Champions League, if you're United, you're usually winning the leagues as well. And if you're winning stuff in general, if you're winning multiple pieces of stuff where you got to be able to rotate. Ole, before this season, probably showed he couldn't. He found his start 11. It got us third. This season, he's starting to show it. Getting this result with who he did after the Newcastle win, it's a big performance. I think it's adding a lot of gumption to this team. It's young. We've added the right amount of additions. We're not getting investment at the top, but Ole is the guy that clearly has a vision for this club, putting his trust in the right places, right? Last season, he got bailed out by a young Mason Greenwood, bringing goals in when Lukaku got sold without a replacement. He didn't get a center back, but he's got a young Axel Twanzebe ready to go, who looks like a possibly elite center back in the Premier League. He looks like a top player that him next to AWB looks like he can add to an elite defense.
And we're going to need that to win the league, sir. We're going to need that to win the league. Exactly. Match stats, PSG 62% of the ball to our 38%. What about it? Shots on target 5-5. Again, pretty even, but I don't think that summed it up. PSG didn't do much with the ball. The most dangerous chances, sir, went to MUFC. Solskjaer is the first manager to beat Paris Saint-Germain at the Parc des Princes in the Champions League group stage since 2004. I mean, they've been doing decent in the group stage. That sums up this squad here. Alex Telles created 3 chances on his Manchester United debut, more than any other player managed in 60 minutes. In the 67 minutes he played. Shout out to Telles. What a player. What a boot. What a cross. I mean, on corners we look dangerous. Wait till Maguire gets a hold of one of those. Wait till Cavani gets a hold of one of those, sir. Starting to see this team. We got options.
It's coming together. It's coming together, sir. I mean, Shaw looked good. Shaw stayed on and continued to look good even after Telles came off.
Shaw had a game.
He did. They all had a game. They all played like lights out.
Yeah, but we're well organized.
I know.
Well organized. When we talked about being organized at the back for Manchester United, I mean, well done. Well done. Manchester United scored 9 own goals in the Champions League, more than any other side. Sweet stat.
There you go. Worth knowing.
Since the start of last season, United have been awarded 27 penalties and scored 22 of them, both highs among sides in Europeans' Big Five leagues: England, France, Germany, Italy, and Spain. In that time, sir. We'll be talking about big European leagues later, or maybe a new European league later. Since his debut for Manchester United in February, Bruno Fernandes has been directly involved in more goals than any other Premier League player, which is a total of 27, 16 goals, 11 assists. And
Insane.
Bruno Fernandes has scored 11 of his 12 penalties for Manchester United. That's got to be 13. That counts as a miss, right?
Yeah, but they didn't call it a miss because he had to be retaken.
In your mind, that's a miss.
Yeah, but we got the goal, so in my mind, it counted as a goal.
I know. 11 to 13, I'll give him. Martial is the second French player to score an own goal. I mean, nobody wants to hear about
Yeah, go ahead.
own goals. We got all this, sir. We got all these own goal stats. We got to get rid of that.
Noted. Hopefully, we have no more own goals going forward in the Champions League.
Yeah, more. PSG has the biggest baby bitch fans out of any club in Europe. PSG is the biggest bunch of baby bitches of all the baby bitches there ever been, sir. That's
Top in Europe. Top in Europe. I mean, top domestically might be the guys we're playing this weekend. Chelsea knows something about being baby bitches. So
sorry, we hate PSG.
Hate Chelsea. Hate Chelsea too. This is a spicy pod. We hate both these teams.
Sir, I know. It's extra spice tonight, but we had to take that train from London with all those PSG Louis Vuitton luggage. Whatever they got, their fans are soft, sir. They think they're hard, they're soft.
I know.
They're very soft.
Just like their players. Just like their players.
Zippity zippada, sir. Man of the match poll. Thank you for everyone who voted for the man of the match. We had the options of Rashford, De Gea, Tuanzebe, and Bruno. 52% of the vote to number one choice, Tuanzebe, sir. Then De Gea, then Rashford, then Bruno. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was in the comments quite a bit. You texted me, how can I leave him off the poll, sir? There are too many to add. It was that type of game. Who was your man of the match?
There was too many to add. That's the right kind of game. When it's contentious about who's the man of the match, that's a great sign. It had to be AWB, just because the tackles that he made up were big. They were against as big of players as you come by, Mbappe and Neymar, and he did it right when we needed it, when the team could have broke, and he held it together. So AWB, Spider, looking like the best right back, at least defensively in Europe.
I'm going with my boy Dave Saves. De Gea, again, another worldie. The goal went in, came off his own player. He played perfectly at the back, sir. Exactly what you want to see from him. When he's playing lights out, we can go on a run. Like I said, Ole, he's streaky. Can we hear from the man, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer? Let's hear what he said in his presser.
Congratulations, another famous result on this ground. Where does this victory rank in your time as Manchester United manager?
Of course, it's a different feel. Of course, it's the start of the group stages, but it's we win against a fantastic team. The last time was a knockout, and it's the euphoria was different. Now there's no fans. It's sterile. It's like there's someone here to celebrate with, but still the players were excellent. I have to say they have really focused, concentrated on the job. Took on board what we wanted, and I think we deserve to win.
Talking about the players, it's always difficult to mention individuals, but David De Gea was outstanding today. Axel Tuanzebe as well, having not played in a long time. What did you make of their two performances in particular?
We know that when you go away against a team like this, against players like Neymar and Mbappe, top players in the world, and we know we have to defend well. We know David will have to make a few saves. Sometimes you'll get in a foot race with Mbappe and you have to run with him. And we knew Axel. We know Axel's qualities, and he's a top defender. And the first game in, 10 months or something, which is just testament to the quality he has.
And your captain tonight, Bruno Fernandes, how much character do you need to retake a penalty, having seen one saved just 3 days on from having missed your first one in a Manchester United shirt? Were those the sort of qualities you saw in him to make him a possible leader for Manchester United?
It could only go better, couldn't it? Two misses on the row, so of course he's not going to stop taking them. He wants to take them, but you need focus, you need concentration, you need character, and Bruno showed that again.
Normally it's a very abstract concept, match day 2, the fact that there's normally a couple of weeks between one game and another. Here we've got a block of 3 games in as many weeks.
Yeah.
How much is this a platform going forward with regards to your chances of qualifying for the last 16?
We know that to get through you probably need 10 points, and now we've got 3, so the next week game against Leipzig will be very, very important for us. But we have Chelsea, and then we have Arsenal after, so we've got so many games, and I'm very happy that I have so many good players to pick from.
Thanks, Ollie.
Sir, he sounds less like Mr. Nice Guy, and he's starting to sound a little bit like a winner. He'd be like, we deserve to win. I like to hear that because it's true. They did deserve to win, and the coach should say it.
No, I think, look, he's only Mr. Nice Guy, sir. He has so many great players to pick from, Look, it's easy. When you win like that, it's easy. The Newcastles, those are the hard ones. Ole got it right tactically. Players did great. Everything you want to see as a Manchester United fan. It can't get better than that in a performance, honestly. The late winner, again, proving you can dig him out. That's what Manchester United do, sir.
And it's great to see that it wasn't, Bruno's been digging us out of a lot of ditches. It was good to see Marcus come up with a big goal because, he got denied some good chances earlier in the game. Him getting the winner again in Paris, again. He's a big-time player, and he's our player, and he's only going to get better, baby. He's only going to get better. Speaking of which, sure, should we hear, we're for fans by fans. Let's get that hot take from Caleb, see what he has to say.
What a result against a tough PSG side. I want to touch on the fact that I am so impressed that Ole was willing to do the formation switches to put Tellez on the left and pushing Luke Shaw in. That's what I've wanted to see all week. Glad it happened. Glad we got the result. Glory, glory, Man United, boys.
There you go. Thank you, Caleb, for that hot take, sir. What do you think about Caleb?
No, great take. Again, Ole got it right. You love to see it. What a night. Champions League. We're back, baby. We're back.
Speaking of which,
Ollie's at the wheel, man. He's doing it. He's doing his thing. Man United are back.
Rio Ferdinand, one of my favorite defenders that ever played for this great club. He famously said that after we did the deed in PSG a year ago, February 2019. Should we hear what he has to say tonight, sir?
Yeah, he was on BT Sport. He broke it down. Him and Darren Fletcher had a few words on the match. Let's check it out.
Fantastic. I think very good. I think, listen, at the start of the season, there's been a lot of negativity surrounding Manchester United, and we said before the game, this is a game that could maybe kickstart the season, and the performance was first class, the result even better. So the players will take huge confidence from this as individuals, but I think more importantly, as a collective, as a group, they'll grow from this, definitely.
It was only about a week, 10 days ago, when Manchester United were in crisis, weren't Such is the nature of this sport.
Such is the nature of Manchester United.
Well,
the pressure, biggest club in the world, There's either, the extremes are massive. But to a man tonight, they were fantastic. A real team spirit, players playing together, playing for each other, covering each other's back. That was a proper team performance. Tellez's debut was fantastic. Tuanzebe. You could go through the whole team. I could sit here and talk about everyone on the pitch. They were all fantastic tonight.
Yeah. So much to be encouraged by. Owen, what impressed you the most?
I just think that they played as a team. I thought their energy, I thought at the start of the season, Ole made the point, the fact they didn't look fit. They look fit tonight. They look sharper. Fletch made a good point. Every player from Man United outperformed the PSG players. I thought De Gea looked top drawer again. Everything about it, the balance. We spoke about Bayern being the best team. They had balance and they had athletes. They had a good mix. Yeah. This United team has a great mix tonight.
And we spoke before, we've done some clips before about players not taking responsibility and spelling danger. Every time this PSG team got through, because great teams teams with great players are going to create moments, and they've done that today, PSG, but there were players taking responsibility in their box, covering positions, filling gaps, and wanting to be there to defend, which we haven't seen as much the early parts of this season.
I don't want to put a downer on things, because obviously you're all very upbeat, and so you should be after that performance. But is Manchester United...
All right, we don't need any negativity tonight, buddy. Piss off, Lineker. All former United players, Hargreaves, Fletch, and Rio, liking what they're seeing, sir.
So they're biased just like us.
Yeah, of course they are.
I really think Darren Fletcher said it. That's life at Manchester United. Biggest club in the world. Hated, adored, never ignored, sir. When we lose, it's on the front page. You see those full page spreads. Ole's out, threatening his job. No one gets covered like that.
Nope.
Super Frank and Chelsea. Chelsea get like a little column in the corner, son. Manchester United, hated, adored, but never ignored, sir. Remember it, biggest club in the world, and everyone's going to moan the loudest. But, when the highs are high, sir. That's the point.
And you know what? We'll never get credit for what we do, but that's the point. Your backs are against the wall. That's the nature of the beast about being a Manchester United fan. That's why it's the greatest club in the world, because we're in it together. It's us against the world, us against the FA, us against the Premier League, sir. The results around Champions League, at least as it matters to our group, RB Leipzig got a win against Istanbul, 2-0. So it's going to be us and them. They would be at the top of the table at the moment, given goal differential, but two early leaders in the group.
Look, this is a tough group. You look at it, it's one of the tougher groups in Champions League, sir, and you just have to take it game by game. That's the way it's going to be. 3 points PSG away, you weren't expecting that. You were expecting maybe 0 or 1. Look, you got 3 on to Leipzig. That'd be another big 3, sir. Like Ole said, you think you need 10 to qualify. We got 3 done. Let's take it game by game. There's a lot of game by game situations.
A lot of games. There's a lot of games in general, sir.
Games, and the pod never sleeps. That's all I got to say. Even Ole messed it up. He said Arsenal, Chelsea. I said the same thing.
You did. You made the same, because it's true. It's like there's so many games. It's absurd.
It's like one of those teams in London.
Someone.
I'll tell you what, sir. There's always the next match. That's why the pod never sleeps. That's why being a United fan is the best. And we got a special one, sir. Manchester United versus Chelsea at Old Trafford. Led by Super Frank. All the money you took from the big Russian crook, sir. You never win 3 in a row.
Tell him.
Saturday, October 24th, 9:30 a.m. Pacific. The Chelsea scum, sir. If there was a team I hated more than PSG, this is the back-to-back grudge match. Let's beat them up, Chelsea Blue, sir. Chelsea fans chirping on the thread real hard. Another plastic club who didn't win anything before they had their Russian billionaire launder some money into their club.
It's great. It's very timely that after playing the Chelsea, after playing the Chelsea of Europe, we're playing the PSG of England. Because that's basically what we're doing. Chelsea, dude, this is a non-relevant club. The fans, you find a fan of PSG, you find a Chelsea fan, not from England, not from France. They're basically the same fan, bro. It's like, so playing Chelsea, based on the timing of when we became Manchester United fans, I think there's a special place in our heart for the hate that we have for the Blues, Abramovich, that whole club, the people that are supporters of that club. I dislike everything about it, bro. It's like a Russian crook. He is literally a Russian gangster, bro. Throwing motherfuckers out the window. That's all I gotta say.
Yeah, if you haven't heard it, we've actually broken down all of his questionable accumulation of wealth, his criminal record, or alleged criminal bribery and money laundering, and then pretty much everyone he ever worked with got suicided at one point, sir. I think he remains a puppet of Vladimir Putin, and he can't even get into the country in the UK. But all the Chelsea fans, they ignore it. He spent $250 million, so they'll take that blood money. That's why we say all the money he took from that big Russian crook,
And they never won 3 in a row, and they still haven't. We've won it twice. The best thing is going to be they spent all this money, and the expectation is he better win the league. And Chelsea loves, as much as we love to fire a manager quick, so do Chelsea. So I think Ole's going to outlive Super Frank. Anyway, in our tenure, we've won 81 times. We've drawn 51. We've lost 55, sir. So as you would say, we've had their number. We've got their number. What are we worrying about?
Exactly. I mean, it's just Chelsea. This game, I'm happy about, because again, we're the better team, dude. And it's just, when are the players on the pitch going to realize that? That's the whole thing, is like, we're better than PSG. We can shut down Neymar and Mbappe. Who does Chelsea have? Pedro? I mean, come on. Like, Timo
Kai
Werner,
Havertz, man. I love Christian Pulisic. I wish he didn't play for Chelsea. But I hear what you said, and I agree with you. I think a win at PSG with that team gives you a lot of confidence going into Chelsea, because stumbling and rumbling 0-0 draw against Europa League giants Sevilla, they shouldn't have that much confidence. They blew a big win that they should have over the weekend. We got a big win. Now we need to keep going and not let them take us an inch, because United's got to come out and just smack them 4-0.
And it's also, we're playing at home. We need to, if the last time we're playing at home, we're losing 6-1 to Spurs, put some respect on Old Trafford, sir. We got to win But what are we worried about? We've won 3 of our past 5 encounters with the Blues, including a league double last season with a cumulative 6-0. They did get us, sir, in that, what was that? It was an FA Cup semifinal.
Yeah.
But then they bottled it to Arsenal. Classic. Chelsea entered the game in decent form, having won 1 and drawn 2 of their past 3 matches. I wouldn't call that decent. I call it shambolic form. United have won 2 and lost 1. I call that decent form, sir.
There you go, sir. Well, you tell me what you think. United played their first match, December 1905, League 2, famously ended in a 0-0 draw, sir. What happened in 1905? Anything good?
The physicist or the physics journal, Alan Day. You're trolling me with this.
No, just read the important part.
I can't pronounce this. Physics publishes Albert Einstein's paper, Does the Inertia of a Body Depend Upon Its Energy Context, Sir? He introduced the equation E equals mc squared in 1905. That was when we played Chelsea. You want to go way back. And then also the Trans-Siberian Railway officially opened. That is how Roman Abramovich gets to the game, sir.
He's still waiting on his train. That's why I can't get into the UK.
Going from Siberia. Look, Chelsea won their first major honor, the league championship in 1955, but they were really no one until Abramovich showed up in 2003. Since then, they've actually had a decent run, sir. If you could compare the last decade, like Chelsea fans try to do, it's up there with the likes of Manchester United. But again, if you compare the last 100 years of history, what are they smoking? We call them the Chelsea Blues, sir. You know them. You've seen them. They got the same Louis Vuitton luggage. They're soft. They're just like the PSG fans, Love talking smack to some Chelsea fans.
Yeah, because they're brittle. They're just like their team. They're just soft, and their fans are soft, bro. I hate their fans. Met their fans at that game last year, 4-0 opener, and they were just whinging. We were outnumbered 50-1, and we made way more noise than they did. That's the best part. And I know we're madmen, but 50 Chelsea fans, the 2 idiots.
Sir, we're madmen.
We are.
Will just the 2 of us sing full voice in a bar. Harry Maguire.
That drove them so mad. That was the best part.
Well, we sing the hot Chelsea song, and I will say that we're so crazy that the bartender at the bar was buying us beers or giving us free Guinness, and then the Chelsea fans, we had multiple Chelsea fans come over and actually pay their respects. How insane we are.
if you call it that, one of the guys is like threatening revenge, but I'm glad we got the double. And then they knocked us out of the FA Cup, but they didn't even win it, which is the funniest bit of all.
And that's the last time we really got to live it up at the bar, drinking way too many Guinness that early in the morning. But hey, if there's an occasion to do so, it's beating Chelsea scum, sir. Let's check in with the physio room. Populated list. Martial, he's suspended again. This is his 2nd game on that red card. Cavani, unknown. He is training. Same with Greenwood. Harry Maguire, he's got a back injury or buttock injury, sir. That's a technical.
I didn't know that. I didn't know it was buttock.
Sir, could be made up. I don't know. Bailly and Jesse Lingard are out as well. Again, nothing major long term other than Phil Jones and Romero. They've been left out of the Premier League squad. We'll get to that later, but. The Phil Jones Romeros are pretty much on the team. Lingard, Bailly, Maguire, Greenwood, Cavani, could feature next game, could not. There's nothing really too substantial with those injuries. What you like to see early in the season 2, everyone looking pretty healthy here. Given we got Chelsea scum, they're coming at us with Kai Havertz, Werner, Pulisic. They got a terrible. I think they re-signed Peter Cech actually, which is kind of the curveball. Look, I think this is going to be an old English game, back and forth. We're playing in our house. Chelsea's probably going to come at us. We're probably going to counter them, just like we did in that 4-0, like you mentioned. What's your lineup? How do you see it?
Here's what I got. I think Ole should line up fire for fire, baby. None of that absorb pressure shit. Let's go 4-3-3 and go for a win. I got De Gea in net. He's keeping that spot. Looks like world number 1 again. Back 4, AWB, Lindelof, Maguire, Shaw. Maguire's going to be fit, ready to go, and slam in a header. In a midfield of Matic, Pogba, Van de Beek, and a front 3 of Cavani, Rashford, and Greenwood. I'm resting our boy Bruno Fernandes, bringing him off the bench if need be.
Sir, I like it. I am going to go with the back three because it works so well. And I honestly, if you can do that against Mbappe and Neymar, why can't you do it against Chelsea?
That's true.
I mean, you can bully them. Dave saves in net. Nobody's touching Dave saves right now. I got Tuanzebe, Maguire, Shaw. Put Lindelof on the bench. I got Aaron Wan-Bissaka left wing back. Aaron Wan-Bissaka right wing back. Telles left wing back. Then Pogba, Van de Beek, Bruno midfield. Just crushing them, sir. Just crushing with that midfield. Like, try to beat that.
No defense.
Try to beat Park, son. Not a chance. Dan James and Marcus Rashford up top.
Speed. So we're talking speed, baby. That's just like, I like that. I like that too. You know what? Now the United are starting to play better again. Every game I can't wait now. Can't wait to watch the Reds play.
Sir, we got it right where we want to.
I know.
We got it right.
Chelsea's scum. Frank is super Frank.
On the text thread, it was like, you draw in Sevilla, bro. Like, you think you're that good? Like, you should spend another $200 million. You think spending big cash is going to make the difference? Like, bringing too many players in, sir. It takes time to gel. It takes a season, moving a lot of parts around. And you got Super Frank. Is he a real manager? I don't know. I think he did all right with Derby or whatever. But
Bobby, the problem is the pressure, right? Is like you get your whole list. I got a list of 6 players I want. You get every single one, and you don't win what they expect you to win. It's like you're gonna be in trouble, bro.
I said Frank's fired before New Year's. That's my fault.
I would love that.
That money, you expect results. It's Chelsea. This is, United. I could see hanging on to Ole a little longer, but Chelsea fire managers faster than we do. So they can't be having them around if they're not getting results. Booking the bookies: Manchester United plus 145, the draw plus 260, Chelsea plus 175. We are the favorites at home in our house, sir. You love to see it, although we do play good as underdogs as well. First goal scorer, Edison Cavani, leads the line, plus 450. We don't have him in our starting 11, but the bookies rating him odds on to score for whatever reason. Maybe that's just getting a lot of money. Bruno Fernandes, plus 500. Rashford, Igalo, plus 550, with Greenwood at plus 800. We're not even putting Mason Greenwood in our sides. What's going on with Greenwood? What do you think?
I think he played a shit ton of minutes, and then he had like a little bit of bad news with the England camp, getting in trouble. That Ole's just trying to save him, give him a little rest. I think he had a little injury. Dude, we got to manage our boy. He's like a special one. We got to take care of Mason Greenwood, make sure nothing happens to him. So I think that's what we're seeing.
Look, Facundo's on the bookies sheet, plus 1,200, sir. You never know. I doubt we're going to see him anytime soon. He was on the bench at PSG, training with the squad. Maybe that's just the Uruguayan connect for Cavani, because apparently Cavani doesn't speak good English.
He doesn't, but actually, I was watching the training video yesterday, and Cavani was in a heated conversation. But talking to Tuanzebe, getting him ready for this game. So whatever he did, he was like, they probably already saw the team sheet, he knew he was playing. He was just giving him a little confidence for it. So while he might not be able to speak with Scott and Marcus, he can speak with a lot of the other players, given his French and his Spanish and his Italian. So, hey, he's going to be I think it is Cavani. He's growing on me, sir. He's the way he's working out in training versus a Sergio Romero, not Sergio Romero, Marcus Rojo, who's back in training as well. It's a riot. Marcus Rojo is chilling with his giant stud diamonds, and Cavani he looks like he has his Zlatan-esque thing to him, sir.
Wait. Is this the same Cavani where I went over to your house and you were you were sad for an entire day because Manchester United signed Cavani and you're it's all over, we signed Cavani? You were angry for 48 hours about us signing Cavani. Now you love him.
I love my players. I was more mad at Ed Woodward for just bottling that window, but now we have who we have. I like our squad. Our squad has got a lot of talent, and I think it's only going to get better.
Sir, we're not that technologically gifted here at the American Red Devils, but if I could play the clip of you being mad about Cavani, I would.
Sorry, I sound frantic, like a madman. I was just losing my nerve a little bit. It happens.
All right, Chelsea score prediction. Who you got?
4-1. Manchester United. You were going to give up a shit goal like you do, but I think United turned the screws. They know this is a big game. Everyone's talking about Chelsea. No one's talking about United domestically.
Sir, 3-1. You almost took it out of my mouth, but there's going to be goals. It could. I'm going to revise 3-2, sir. 3-2, a little more exciting. We shall see, but thinking we're going to win. I think that we have the confidence. The players are playing well. We have the rotation. There's no excuses. Again, we need 3 points. you got to be pipping these games, sir. And Ole likes these big opposition games and tight turnarounds. For some reason, we've done well historically. Let's keep it up.
He's a big-time manager. And that's what it's all about. It's a big match. We win this game, and everything's open, wide open in the Premier League. So exciting stuff, sir.
Got the news, sir. Manchester United and Liverpool are in talks for a FIFA-backed tournament. Sky Sports, sir. I'm not sure how the audio board's coming off on the remote pods. Alex is in charge of the soundboard. You're doing good, sir. You're doing good. And we would prefer to get more pods out than do them weekly. We prefer to get them out after the match, and sometimes we got to do the Skype, sir.
No, we got to, because now we have like 2 pods a week, and we got to do a preview, recap, quick turnaround. So we're trying our best. Yeah. Soundboard. I'm not as good as you. I also had a couple dark ales, enjoying myself, as one should.
Yeah, by the time we get to the news, we get a little loose on the soundboard.
I don't even know what I'm pressing anymore.
All right, sir. Big news broke today. And obviously, got lots to talk about here. Project Big Picture, right? Manchester United, Liverpool, Arsenal, they brought it into the EPL. They said, hey, we want to do this plan. We're going to rescue the EFL, but we want control of the league, right? Essentially, look, they're the bigger teams. They want a bigger share of the TV rights. And a rumor of them bringing that whole Project Big Picture is they said that they would join a breakaway league if that wasn't approved. So Project Big Picture was rejected. A rumor came out saying United are not interested in a breakaway league. That was classic Ed Woodward doing the double speak, saying the opposite of what's going on. Clearly, they did threaten it. And then, boom, today, somebody leaked it to the press, sir. Now, this is very interesting. We'll go through kind of what's being proposed here. This has been rumored for a long time, but if I was a betting man, which I am, I would bet that Manchester United leaked this story ahead of their earnings call tomorrow, and that Ed Woodward will be discussing this. Future revenue and potential earnings for Manchester United to distract from how much money this club is losing at the moment, sir. This is premeditated, partner. And any other type of business, you know these types of tricks, but with football, it's a different game, and they're playing that game. So Manchester United leaked this because they need to be talking about this on the earnings call, not how much money they're losing because of Corona.
Mate, what did Freud say about accidents? You think there was no news, and then this huge story breaks right before the earnings call? I didn't put it together, but I do think you might be onto something, sir. The old bait and switch, the old don't look over here, look over there. Ed Woodward special. Because tomorrow, I'll tell you what. I mean, the only people he has to really report to are the Glazers, not really the shareholders, because the real shareholders are the Glazers. But you would think he'd be sweating tomorrow because financials are going to look pretty ugly, I would imagine.
Stock closed at $13.32. It dived into the close today at the market. The stock, I mean, this is it's not quite the 52-week low of 1206, but it's bottomed out for the last, this is rough. This hit pretty much the low of Corona, sir. The intraday low of Corona. United stock in the dumps heading into earnings. Big announcement tomorrow morning, sir. 5 a.m. Pacific, 8 a.m. Eastern. I will be getting up for this. I don't know why I am, but I just am, just because.
Pod never sleeps, baby. That's why.
Pod never sleeps, and it's something because, I really enjoy covering it. I might not get an article out tomorrow because I got to go through everything, but United, they're in a crunch, and when I obviously getting very excited about all the games, so I want to know the team's doing well financially so that we can buy players. I mean, all these fans are giving this team their money, their hard-earned cash throughout the entire world, and you see these Muppets just squandering it. It's unfortunate to see the stock in the dumps. And Ed Woodward, I love it. Mainly, I love it the most because Ed Woodward has to speak.
Yeah,
he acts like he's above everything, but when you talk to the investors, once a quarter, he's got to talk. He's got to answer questions, and I'm very excited to hear those answers. I'll be tweeting it out tomorrow. Getting into the league, it's essentially a Super Europe League, and essentially be the biggest teams from Germany, France, Italy, and Spain, and to be 18 teams in this league, and to replace the Champions League. Essentially, what what this would do is it's endorsed by FIFA. There's a little FIFA and UEFA rivalry, right? There's the UEFA Champions League, and this would be the FIFA Super League. And essentially, these teams would play midweek in some round-robin format, and then there'd be some sort of playoff structure. It would take, pretty much all year like Champions League does, but this would kind of like co-opt that, and then there'd be a ton of money in it. The financiers are assembling a $6 billion debt package from J.P. Morgan Chase, sir. And what this means really is the rich clubs are getting richer. The way football is run in Europe, all clubs are really independent, and they have a lot of mobility, and so they could just break away, create this own league, get more money out of it. Like you said, they have a backer called J.P. Morgan. I'm sure you've heard of him, and it's kind of sad to see. This has always been rumored. We've always been talking about it. I just don't want to see anything change in it. But, everything does change. So, maybe this is it. Maybe we're due for this type of crazy Super League. But I hate the whole idea that there's a money grab here or a power grab by United. I don't like that we're involved.
Yeah, I think our name's going to get roped in because it's just the big clubs. I don't like it's the rich get richer because the Champions League format as it exists, just like the Premier League format as it exists, shouldn't be trifled with because it's great and it works perfectly well, and that's why it's so competitive and so exciting to watch. This speaks to me more as a FIFA power grab. Like FIFA's relevancy has been degraded because nobody wanted to go to fucking Russia and nobody wants to go to Qatar. And FIFA World Cup is the event of events. It is the shit. We went to Brazil. It's amazing. It's one of the great sporting events that exist. But they only get a cash grab once every 4 years. And they're like, well, I want a cash grab every year, like UEFA does. UEFA's got this big cow called Champions League. So that's what this smells of. Obviously, it's the big clubs getting more money, but it's FIFA getting their dirty tentacles deeper into European football. Compared to like the shit show they've done with the World Cup. Like, why would you let them get anywhere near it? UEFA is arguably average enough. FIFA is a disaster class.
Well, it's all about the Benjamin, sir. It's all about the cash. Look, United and Liverpool, these guys who own them, obviously Americans, they're not interested in like the feels of winning the title. They're interested in making more money. You look at NFL teams, United States, how that's structured, and it's a monopoly, and they basically are guaranteed to earn money whether their team's bad or their team's good. It really doesn't matter, that's very safe. That's a very safe economic structure. And if you look at Woodward and United, there's a cash crunch right now. What if Aston Villa beats them? If they get relegated, it's you could potentially get relegated, right? Nothing's guaranteed. There's a lot of risk in this structure, and I think it's Manchester United and Liverpool are just trying to grab more power and, like you said, break away from the pack. And this is just the theme: the rich getting richer. I'd watch it though, right?
We'd watch it because we'd have to. I'd watch. Because United would be in it. So we'd be watching it because United's in it. The same reason that we pay for CBS All Access and BR Live. It's like we'd watch it because it's our boys and we're not going to miss United play. But this is not good for the league. It's not good for global football. And
they still play in the domestic league.
I know, but no more Champions League. It would be replaced by a FIFA league where it's the same teams every year, no matter what. So even if we were 12th in the league, we'd play in this league.
Yeah, so it'd basically be Champions League, but no new blood. So does the new blood really matter?
It's all the money and none of the incentive. Sir, you made your argument with the NFL. It's a perfect analogy. It's like you want to take something that's beautifully and brutally capitalistic, which is like the way football's set up now, and basically turn it into like an oligarch, like / NFL, whereas like these owners are just rich, dumb, and happy, and they don't have to work that hard unless they want to win. And in spite of making more money, because maybe you'll make more money when you're a winner, football's like you're good enough or you're fucking dead, bro, or you're Sunderland till I die. And just like like fucking like tap dancing in League One, bro. It's like, or you're good, dude. Even if United made more money because of this, and we got more players, and we were more successful vis-a-vis this, dude, it's bad for the game, and I love the game ultimately. So it's like, fuck off, get out of here, bro.
No, and you know what's amazing? I tweeted out, imagine 600 million in revenue isn't enough. If we're the richest team in England, we make the most amount of money, we have the most fans worldwide, and it's not enough. It's never
enough. The point is, it's never enough. For people like this that think like this, it's never enough, bro. It's always about more money, more power, more control.
Dude, more money, more problems, sir. Like we said, Next bit of news, we've talked about it. Financials released tomorrow. I will be up early as hell. Don't ask me why, sir. Pod never sleeps. Next one, Phil Jones and Romero left out of the 25-man Premier League squad. Phil Jones just collecting those checks. Romero, feel bad for the guy. This just goes to Ed Woodward running a shit club. It's like, let him go to Everton for $2 million. I don't understand why he wants to stop a player from playing his favorite sport in his prime. That's not what we should be doing as a club. But again, Ed Woodward, classless human being.
He's a classless human being. It's run by a classless family. Ole sanctioned the move. He was fine with it. Said, God bless, good luck. And I think he was intimidated by the fact that Everton could have finished the season higher than United. I ultimately think Woodward it's just another Woodward fuck up. And simple as that, I think. Same with Jones. Jones signed a new deal 18 months ago, bro, like a 4-year bumper deal. Why did we sign him to a new deal? And now he's not even making a squad.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why Phil Jones gets the A treatment, but Rio Ferdinand was told see ya on the last day.
Seriously.
That don't make no sense, Ed Woodward. Know your club, sir. But we have a bunch of fan questions, sir. Should we jump into those?
Let's do it.
Look, a lot more positive when you win against PSG and when you lose against Tottenham Hotspur. Something about losing to Tottenham, just no good. Boom. Got him up here on Twitter. At Charlie_Ferris, quote, first thing, Fred was immense. AWB is back. Axel, the Axeman, Twanzebe, that's new. Had Mbappe in his pocket. Is Dave Say's back? When was the last time you could say it's hard to pick a man of the match? What a win. Up the fucking Reds. Glory, glory, Man United. Absolutely. When was the last time you could say it was hard to pick a man of the match?
It was one of the best team performances for Manchester United I can remember, probably since the last PSG win. And you could argue that we performed maybe even better, and we were just a better team out there. We probably could have even scored more goals. So it's exciting things happening because the team is starting to act like a team.
At Wukin Pa Nub 80, quote, is the defense better without Slabhead?
That's hard to say. It's hard to say, sir. They had a good game. Twanzebe's pretty good. AWB's pretty good.
Is it hard to
Why,
say?
are we better without Pogba? Pogba, he didn't feature the whole game.
I would say he looked better when he came on. But,
Are we better with Fred? Are we better with Fred in midfield than Matic? It's it was just maybe it was the right opposition for the right day and the right play. We can nitpick. We're starting to nitpick.
Sir, look, you're playing a little politics here.
You're
playing a little politics. You're playing the politics. The answer to the question, if you're playing the politics, is, well, we definitely look better with Twanzebe. Right. So who knows? Maguire, I think he played well at Newcastle.
Totally.
But I also think it's good to have options. I think Maguire's probably a back 4 EPL guy. Back 3, I don't know if you're going to beat Lindelof, Twanzebe, and Luke Shaw in Europe, right? You have European defenders, you have English defenders, sir. You want Harry to do everything, but it's also good to give Harry rest. He kind of played so many games last season, so it's good for some rotation. At GGMU _MUFC _20X, quote, so happy for the lads in Ole. They took so much crap for the result against Spurs. Ole and Rashford have PSG's number in Paris. Hashtag Glazers out, sir. Great tweet.
Great tweet. I think this team, a lot of these young players were there 18 months ago, showing a lot of resiliency. I think they've grown from the last performance. So the team, brick by brick, baby. That's what they say. One step at a time, and we go from here at home. We got to win at home, Old Trafford. Shut down those Chelsea Blues, bro. We win, we go above them in the table. Shut them up quickly.
All right, I got another teat for you, sir. At Dan with 3 Ds. Quote, these Tellus crosses are whipped in so beautifully, had my cheeks squeezing.
Dude, honestly, those crosses from the corners were like beauty. He's got a boot. He's got a boot. He's he's got a boot. He's a good player.
Dude, love Tellus. Great player. At Jamal Mota, quote, I'm starting to like this third kit, ... Keep playing like that, and it will be a classic.
So you win the Champions League in a zebra kit. Everyone's going to be out buying a zebra kit.
At you, Bosun, so impressive all around. They deserve to win and dine well tonight. I totally agree. At B Costello Books, Ole in, !! Triple exclamation point. sir. Everyone giving Ole the love. At T. Zolski on Twitter, deja vu. The lads played well and deserved 3 points. What a shift from Axel. Have to keep him healthy. Ole got it right on many phases tonight. Should be quiet. That should quiet the Ole out crowd. Onwards and upwards. Have to beat the Chelsea bums. Absolutely.
Bunch of bums. Bunch of bums. I tell you what, they spent 250 million quid this summer, and we still have a better squad, bro. All day. Like, our team is better. We show up on Saturday, we beat them.
Absolutely. At Michael72, unbelievable team win. Trying to think of who the weak link even was for us, and I couldn't. Everyone contributed and did their job. Ole's tactics were on point. Bruno should be permanent captain, and we should wear the zebra until we lose. Hashtag.
Dude, you can't beat the red. You can't beat the red. Like, I was talking with a buddy of mine. We were betting the game. He's like, you really can't beat the red, and it is true, especially compared to the zebra. But if they keep winning in the zebra, it's going to be an instant classic.
Did you actually bet Bruno to score?
Yep.
Plus 900?
Plus 900, and I bet United to win, plus 450.
All right, this guy. Believing with his pocketbook.
Sorry, just a little cash. I a little cash. I bet the line.
At Boham Boy for Life. Shout out to Devin. We see you on NBC football mornings all the time, Devin. Keep it up.
Keep it up.
Like one of the top Manchester United fans I've ever met in my life. Excellent result. I hope lots of credit goes to McTominay for his defensive display. I mean, great point there on McTominay. Aaron Wan-Bissaka against Mbappe was absolutely incredible too. Just wish that we had the result when we met up in Manchester, but I'm not complaining about that one. Yes, we met up for some dark ales with Devin, PSG at home. Obviously, it didn't go so well, but ever since then, sir, it's coming up roses.
Always at the wheel, baby. How good does it feel? This season has so much promise now. So much promise, so much excitement about it. Everything to play for.
Look, we always say it, sir. What a time to be a Manchester United fan. Chelsea scum at the weekend. Hello. Chelsea success is fucking hello. All that
money you took with a thing is crook, and you'll never win 3 in a row.
Come on. What a song. What a rivalry. Time to batter them. You could take Havertz and Werner. The poor man's Torres, bro. Ship him back to London with a loss. What do you say?
I like the sound of that, sir. I like the sound of that. Should we hop into some housekeeping?
Absolutely. Quick PSA for the pod. Again, podcast for fans, by fans. We are doing our best to post as many pods as possible, and unfortunately that has meant some virtual pods, Skype. We know the audio isn't as good, but we prefer to get it out sooner rather than later. And as it is, sir, it's hard for me to interrupt you based on the microphone.
Save here, sir. Save here. But like John mentioned, the pod's for fans, by fans. We're doing our best, getting the pod out. A couple of weeks now, sir, with all these games coming thick and fast. So best way you can support. Yeah, we love it. We love this team. So obviously we love a lot of Manchester United. We love bringing, our unique fan view to our fans, who are like the best subset of the best club fans in the world. So we appreciate all you who write reviews, get those stickers, americanreddevils@gmail.com. Send in your 5-star review and your address. We'll hook you up with some free stickers. You can get some fine merch, some Glazer Out stuff, sir. It's always timely for that, even after a big win.
Yeah, no, and check out the blog, www.americanreddevils.com, and shout out to all of our fan contributors. That's what we're about. We want to get the fan voice through the fan questions. If you have hot takes, you can email them to us, americanreddevils@gmail.com. If it's good, we will post it on the podcast. We're trying to get the fan perspective out there. That's what we need these days. Ed Woodward's got his tentacles with Neil Ashton and all the press, sir. Can't have to be fighting that narrative, and I'll be covering the financials as well. So if you want to check that out at the blog, sometime this week I'll be posting a comment on the Manchester United financial results. That will be big. It's the annual report, sir. So we're going to get it shortly. Support the pod. Write a review, sir. We got some great downloads the last 7 days. Hit us with these cities. I hope that Mapletown is on there, bro.
I don't know, sir. Don't hold your breath. Number 1, how you doing? Bronx, New York. Number 2, Bothell, Washington. Columbus, Ohio. Minneapolis, Minnesota. Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Mountain View, California. LA, California. Harrow, UK. Lee Summit, Missouri. And Sanad, Bahrain. Appreciate all the downloads, sir. There is no maple syrup Canada, whatever that town was that you were looking for.
Maple Spring, and I believe it's Bahrain, right? Isn't it?
Sorry, you tell me. I'm not the pronunciation king of this pod.
Yeah, in the New Jersey public school system, they don't teach you how to pronounce Bahrain.
Not yet, at least.
Your products of it.
We appreciate you listening. So thank you to all the American Red Devil fans around the world tuning in, week out. Giddy up, boys, because it's about to heat up.
Sir, what a game. What a way to win it. Manchester United, greatest football club in the world. As always.
Kicking a blue.
We've